This week's episode of the DLC Guys podcast show is brought to you in part by voxelvoice.com. For the latest game reviews and previews, visit voxelvoice.com. That's VOXEL voice.com. Also, check out their Facebook page for your chance at regular game giveaways. That's voxelvoice.com. Check them out. Oh, yeah, son. People out there in TV land, this is the official DLC Guys podcast show. I am your host, Matt Bailey, along with my two equal but totes fresh co-hosts, Cody Barrett, hooty hoo, and Mr. Xander Todd.
I got the hook up.
Holla if you hear me. And we are coming at you live from the DF Dub for episode number 5, circa July 31st, 2017. Gentlemen, how we doing today?
Cinco.
De Mayo.
The big 5. The big 5-0.
Plus mayo and mustard.
Yes.
Gives you a smorgasbord of tastes, colors, and sounds.
Feeling good.
Feeling great.
How are you?
Yes.
Awesome.
Sauce.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Guys, describe yourself. Describe how you're feeling right now in one color.
Cerulean.
Leopard.
Or is it cerulean?
I've never heard of that.
Whichever one's correct, that one.
Leopard.
That's not a color.
That's one color.
That's an animal.
Fall in line, man. Such a renegade.
You
I like to
can't
play
follow
outside
rules.
the box.
You just can't follow the rules.
I like to play outside the box.
I would use the color orange.
Like the sun.
Gentlemen, I had some dental work today, so I got a little bit of a headache, but I'm here. I'm recording. I'm here for the money. I'm just kidding. We don't get paid for this.
Money.
But real talk, shout out to Voxel Voice. We appreciate you guys.
Yo.
And everything you guys do for us. Go to voxelvoice.com.
Do it.
So let's get into why we're here, why people are listening to us. We're talking about video games. Let's talk about what we've been playing this week. For me, I played a little bit of Until Dawn. Finally got some stuff taken off my my PlayStation 4. So I got Until Dawn, and I actually really, really enjoy the game. I got through maybe about the first little snippet of it, but in my opinion, I think Until Dawn is what I expected from Telltale Games. It's very cinematic based with quick thinking button pushes, and like quick choices that you have to make that are gonna severely affect your characters, whether they live, whether they die, what happens here, what happens there. A lot of different ways that your story can go. And I think it goes a little bit more in depth of what Telltale Games does, and the graphics are, I won't say they're the best, but for it, because was it closer to a launch game? Because I don't think it was.
It was first year.
Yeah. So
the system. I
think
feel
so.
like Until Dawn came out last year.
Did it?
Yeah.
2016?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least for PlayStation.
Well, it wasn't the greatest graphics, but it was still something that was pretty good. The game looks pretty good. So
Doesn't one of the characters look like the actor from Mr. Robot?
Not that I know of. One of the characters is the cheerleader from Heroes, Hayden Panettiere, and the other one of the other characters is the guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What's the guy's name? He went rogue. If you haven't seen it, spoiler.
Oh,
alert.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So they actually look like themselves, and they're actually acting and everything. So it's actually pretty good. I recommend it to anybody. What are you guys playing? Yeah, I don't really care.
I was giving Xander the courtesy wink over there. No, really, I haven't had too much time to play this week, but
Unacceptable.
it's mostly been Splatoon 2. Still really really deep in that game right now.
Still on that splatter-tat-tat tune.
Splatter-tats. No, it's great. The game's starting to open up. I've unlocked the ranked modes when I hit level 10. Starting to... There's some really cool features tucked away in it that I didn't really expect. Like your gear all has different perks. That like one of them.
So each gun has a different perk?
Not your guns. Your guns are tied to your loadouts. Like your weapon will have a sub weapon, which is your like a little explosive or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It varies slightly, but they're all kind of a secondary. And then you'll have a special that as you paint and earn a certain amount of painted points, you'll be able to use your special a few times a match, and that ranges from like homing missiles to different kind of support things. But all of those are tied into your weapon that you unlock. But then you have your gear, your shirt, your pants, your hat, and your shoes. All of those things, they have a few different abilities that you can unlock.
Okay.
And after you get those abilities, there's like a black market dude that you can find on the side of the arena, and he'll let you re-roll your abilities on your stuff so that you can unlock. You still have to play and kind of upgrade the abilities to unlock new ones, but they assign randomly in.
Is his name Zur?
No. But you know what? I can't say no because I don't remember. I don't know his name. He's a
shady character.
So
I don't trust him.
Has tentacles for teeth.
Yeah.
So he so the game is just not cosmetic. They actually have a purpose.
Yeah.
I like that.
It is way deeper than you would think. Splatoon 2 is going great. I'm loving it. Xander, what are you playing?
I have been playing another old game. I know I talked about an old game last week, but UFC 2 went on sale, and I know I talked about that in a previous podcast, how I've been waiting on that to go on sale. So it finally went on sale, and it was the deluxe version with Bruce Lee and Mike Tyson and stuff like that in it.
That you can play as a playable character in UFC?
Yes.
Bruce Lee
with all his karate moves, and he makes the whoa sound when you play. It's pretty nice. And Mike
still
Tyson,
on sale?
Yeah, it should be. It probably go off sale tomorrow. Yeah.
Life decisions I gotta make.
Yeah.
Food, video games.
You can last without food for a week, so.
Yeah, just water and video.
And you can go to Taco Bell and get an entire week worth of meals for $15.
Hey, shout out to Taco Bell. Real talk. Shout out to that monkey
meat. That double chalupa gave me kidney problems.
That monkey meat drives me bananas.
Trademark that.
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing. UFC, I've been playing the career mode. I just like anything career mode, all that.
Pretty much anything where two dudes are sweaty in limited amounts of clothing, like Xander.
And I get to beat them into the face.
Well, hold on. You said you like basically anything that has a career mode. What about life?
No, I don't play that. I just play video games. I don't play real life.
Oh, okay.
You don't play career mode in regular life?
Hey, it's a preference. Don't judge me.
Yeah, it's a preference.
What are you doing with your life?
I'm an RPG type of guy, so.
I'll just be somebody else.
Yes. So that's what I've been playing.
Awesome.
I guess let's talk about what's coming out this week. There is a decent list. Let's go through these real quick. The Long Dark for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Patapon Remastered for PS4. Avon Colony for PS4 and Xbox One. Castle Storm VR Edition for PS VR. Then we have Demetrios, The Big Cynical Adventure for PS4. Dino Frontier for PSVR. Draw Fighters for PS4. Frisky Business, PS4. Redeemer on PC. Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun, PS4 and Xbox One. Tacoma for PC and Xbox One. The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel for PC. Then we have Retro City Rampage DX for the Switch. The Wii U's getting another release this month somehow. Flight of Light for the Wii U comes out August 3rd. And then a port from a PC game that I actually wrote a review for on Voxel Voice, our sponsor and partner. Slime Sign for the Switch is coming out. It's an awesome game. It's really the only one on this list I have any experience with. So pick that one up. It should be pretty budget priced on the Switch. It's awesome. It's difficult. It's fantastic.
So, Cody, what games do we have coming out this week?
So we have on the PS4, we have the
I should have just gone back into it.
Repeated
the whole dang thing.
I don't know
That would have been hilarious. Yeah, I didn't know any of those
games,
except for the only two games that I'm interested in the free PlayStation Plus games for PlayStation 4, Just Cause 3. I don't know what that's about.
Before we go to there, I do want to say that I did hear at least 2 VR games for PlayStation.
Yeah.
So at least they're making content for it.
There's also a game coming out on the Wii U this
You know what? Next week's show is going to be all about VR because we need to talk about that because I VR is cool, but until a major company really puts in some money into making a great VR experience, it's going to die. It's going to fail.
It's going to be whoever can figure out how to make it low latency, wireless, and not too much of a resource hog. If somebody does that, it's going to take off.
And I can't see nothing but a PC like being able to do that.
We're a generation away.
Yeah.
It's early now.
I know PlayStation was talking about making it like a lot of the games to where it's not like interactive VR, but you can put on the VR headset and be kind of like in the game. So, I mean, yeah.
Even just to give you a bigger display, like a bigger virtual.
It's kind of like, they're saying like, so it's like 3 inches from your
I would love to play shooters like
so
that.
it makes the screen look like it's on a huge wall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would do that.
I would get it for the next, like watching videos and stuff, Netflix, stuff like that. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I know I was getting into it a little bit earlier. Sorry, Xander. That's kind of your thing. Tell us a little bit about the free games we got coming out this week or this month.
For PlayStation Plus free games for August, we have Just Cause 3 and Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. Assassin's Creed Freedom Fries.
Freedom Fries.
Assassin's Creed Freedom Fries. America. No, but Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry is kind of a like solo by itself add on to Black Flag. So I want to play it because it's kind of like it's the story of like a slave that becomes free and starts to like start a revolution on the island.
Oh, okay.
So I want to play that.
That's interesting. I certainly want to play that.
Black Flag was good. Black Flag was huge.
I wanted to play that one just because of the ship battles that they had.
You haven't played it?
Nope.
Great.
That'd be a good. It's probably really cheap right now. And Just Cause 3, I think everybody knows about Just Cause. I'm glad to see this on. You don't?
No.
It's like it's like over the top action. It's like the Expendables.
Think like
as a video
Far Cry
game.
meets Crackdown.
Is there anything like?
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
So it's not cartoony like Broforce.
No.
No.
It's open world
Third
destruction.
person, but like super out there. Just
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Let's try it.
Like Fast and the Furious type stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We have to review Fast and the Furious, like from 5 on up. Those movies are so terribly amazing. We got to do it. We'll do it. Be on the lookout for that.
But yeah, that's it for the PlayStation Plus. I think those are 2 solid titles coming out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Wonderful.
And then we have for on the Xbox side of things for games with gold, we're going to see Slime Rancher and Trials Fusion on the Xbox One side and Xbox 360 backwards compatible, which are also Xbox One, of course. Bayonetta from Sega, which is a great free game, and Red Faction Armageddon. So,
Red Faction. I did
not a bad month for free games again.
No.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
They have to justify those price increases.
Yeah, they do. And they have to justify, increasing the cost.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess, I don't know.
You make a good
I'm
point.
indifferent.
So in other news this week, we had a bit of a debacle that happened. So Walmart on their website announced that you can pre-order the SNES. So of course that news spread like wildfire and the pre-orders got ate up probably within the hours. But
Probably less than that.
yeah, probably less than that. But then Walmart came out and said that it was a mistake and all of your pre-orders have been canceled. So we already know that there's going to be a big buzz for the SNES, and Walmart just crushed a lot of gamers' dreams, like with that news. Like, I don't know who messed up, but that is huge.
Yeah, it is, and that's major too.
Let me tell you how big the okay. Let me tell you how big it is though. So this weekend, Amazon had this thing called a treasure truck. Did any of y'all hear about that?
Yeah.
No.
So Amazon in certain cities, I think it was 6 cities.
I heard about it, man. Like,
Wait a minute.
He said no, but
Wait a minute. Yes. No, I didn't.
In 6 cities, there was a random Amazon truck that would be parked in a place, and like an hour before, they opened up the store, they would give the location. And in these treasure trucks, they would have certain items for sale, like popularized items.
High heels.
And one of the items was an NES for $60.
they had it at regular price, man.
Even lower, right? Because it was 80.
No, 60.
It was 60. Okay.
Yeah, SNES is gonna have a price hike, but
So I was thinking, first of all, I thought all of them were sold out. Where did Amazon get these NESs?
It's Nintendo. They're doing it again. They lie to us, and everybody eats it up.
And if you go on Amazon right now and type NES Classic, it's going for $250. That's almost the price of a Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
For NES Classic.
For much lesser costing games.
Yes. And then, man, it's been a lot of news. Like, Nintendo has been in the news a lot. But did y'all see about the N64 controller patent?
Oh, you know what? You know what?
You didn't see that? So it came, what?
I did hear about that truck.
You did?
Before we started the podcast, you told us about it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So the N64 Classic, so Nintendo came out and had a patent release for the N64 Classic. So the same steps that they took with the NES and SNES, they're doing with the N64. So this is my thing though. Are they trying to suck all the money out of people before they release Virtual Console? Because when Virtual Console comes out on Nintendo Switch,
It's going to be grabbed.
we're not going to need the NES, SNES, or N64. They said that they could possibly go all the way up to the Wii with Virtual Console. So we could get Mario Galaxy on the Nintendo Switch. So I think they're trying to make a run before Virtual Console.
I think you're exactly correct. I think exactly what Nintendo's doing, because they've mastered it over the last 30 years, is they are increasing public awareness about their ecosystem. And by the time SNES is off the shelf and you can't find them anywhere else, the buzz around their brand is big enough that you say, oh, wait a second, though. Nintendo has a new Switch bundle with Mario Odyssey or Mario Kart, and all these games are coming out. I think they do it as a way to, probably not at first, it probably wasn't their intention, but now they can just fill in the gaps between their big game releases on their main system with these classic console releases that generate buzz and just keep their name in the news for no work.
I think that's exactly what they're doing, but I think they're doing it with the other consoles in mind. Like we've already got the next generation consoles already out. There's already games that are being made. There's games that are promised, but those are at least a year out. So during this dead time, Nintendo's taking advantage of, like you said, keeping their name relevant, and they've capitalized on the emptiness of when we've heard about these new games they're supposed to be next level, amazing gameplay, amazing story, things that we as older gamers really, really clam for and really, really want. And Nintendo's just capitalizing on that space in between when those games come out.
Yeah, I mean, they're masters at it. And the sad part about it is I'm still going to keep buying. But I hope that the Virtual Console comes out soon. I hope I'm hoping that I'm wrong about this, but I feel that's the way that this is going, because I mean, it would be great, man, to get you. It might be overkill, but get you a 256 gigabyte memory card, slapping it in the Nintendo Switch, and be able to download all those games. Because what you think how much memory is in the SNES Classic for those 21 games? It's
less than.
I would say
the average Nintendo ROM is about. I know it's less than 10 megabytes.
No, NES ROMs are kilobytes in size. You can get an entire ROM set of NES games for a few megabytes. So SNES games, I think they're. I'm going to get ate up by somebody on the iTunes comments or something.
Yeah,
but I think SNES games are similar, like a song MP3, like a few megabytes.
We could double it for the
a few
NES.
megabytes.
Oh, that's what I was.
So if you get, I mean,
My fault, man. I'm sorry.
You should be.
Do you want to do this? High five?
No.
Give him a high five. Don't make me get Bill back in here.
Oh God, no, not the guy.
I don't know if Bill showed up.
What?
I don't know if Bill showed up.
Let's hope not. We don't need Bill in right here. We got too many drinks open.
Yeah,
right.
He said,
I can't watch all these drinks, guys. I can't.
Hey, he's like Steph Curry from the 3-point line when the drink is open.
last time I heard, he had some stuff to take care of in court. I don't know.
Wonder what that's about.
And he's legally blind now.
Man, and I heard he was.
I'm legally blind.
P.O.P. on the down.
Molly holding it down.
Last I heard, Bill Cosby was supposed to be meeting up with the Juice. He was supposed to be collaborating on something.
Hot new track?
That would be fire to the street, like literal fire. Like
Fire and brimstone.
Yeah, fire and brimstone.
To the street.
Yep. And while we're back on the subject of Nintendo, for some reason they have found their way back into our podcast for the third week.
They're killing it.
With the recent news of how well the Nintendo Switch is selling, does that really mean that Nintendo is back? Especially after the foolishness of the Wii U. Now, Cody, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking.
I set up the intake. I set up the intake. I was like,
I know what you're thinking.
He set up a little
The
bit.
Wii U was a great console. It had stuff, but it just no. Bill Cosby is back.
How did you find your way back in here, Bill?
I've been playing Mr. Galindo, and but I heard you guys was talking about the Nintendo, and I met with Mr. Juice Man and Theo and Rudy.
You talking about OJ the Juice Man?
I'm talking about the one and only Juice Man. Iceman, the Juice Man.
Wait, he ain't
making the track.
He ain't out yet. He ain't out until October.
I've got my ways.
Because you're in there with him.
I've got my ways, not because I'm in there with him, but because I am.
he's just
I am
saying.
a master of the juice.
He's just saying he has his hands on the blood of the Jello supply to the prison system.
Oh, he's
and
running
he can
it.
sneak in any message you need in there.
All the Jello puddings you want.
Yeah.
A lot of the women say I make a wicked potion.
All right, just pull his mic. We gotta
No,
go.
we're not
Come on,
going
man.
to
Come on,
pull
come on,
my mic. With the recent news of the
All right, and I'm
Nintendo
turning it down
Bill.
Switch.
right
Bob,
now.
Bill.
With the
Bill.
recent news of the
Bill.
Nintendo Switch, what does that mean for Nintendo? Provided that the Wii U did not do so very
Slapped
well.
my hand off it. I was trying.
You might want to wash your hands. That residue might
Mr. Cody
knock you
Bird,
out.
what do you think about the Nintendo Switch versus the Wii U, since you were such a big fan of the Wii U?
I want Matt back.
All right, Bill, we'll do it live. That's fine. I think we need to preface this
It doesn't matter what you think, Mr. Barrett. What matters is that the Jello is back and I'm gone out this place now.
All right, Bill.
All right.
See you fellas later.
Yeah.
I hope you have a good time drinking your cups.
Hey, Bill, catch his can.
Ow!
All right, Matt,
need
get
some
your headphones
Jell-O.
back on, man.
I need some Jello. My leg is broken. Rudy.
All right. So we're going. Yeah. What was the question, Matt? You got.
They should have never gave you people Joe. Okay. So apparently that just happened.
Bill keeps finding his way back
In our hearts.
Anyways, Cody, what are we talking about? I don't even know. No, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep this going. Do it live. We'll do it live.
my wife.
Okay, so back to what I was saying before somebody rudely interrupted me.
Nintendo is back.
Nintendo is back, and with the Switch, Cody, since you had every single Nintendo console that they ever dreamed up with, and I mean, you still keep it. You sleep with all of your consoles. What does Nintendo Switch mean to you versus the Wii U?
Means everything.
Give us some.
That was real central.
All right. Yeah. So before we get into that question, we do need to say.
So, Cody, what you mean to say is Nintendo, the new console, is your bottom switch?
Your down switch.
Yeah. Before I can answer that question, we do have to mention what was actually announced this week at Nintendo's. Was it a shareholder conference that they did?
Yes.
The actual shipped amount of Wii U's in, what are we at? Are we at 6 months now? No. It's July. We're going into August. It's 5 months.
Yeah.
At 5 months, Nintendo is shipped, which means they have sold, because you can't find them anywhere.
Can't find them.
4.7 million Switches.
That's crazy. That's
Matt, do you know the numbers on the Wii U lifetime sales?
No.
13 million lifetime sales.
That's
in its
amazing.
first 5 months.
That's almost 14 million live.
Almost.
I saw something about so I know PS2 was the fastest selling console, and I think
ever
the Nintendo Switch is if it keeps the momentum going, it's gonna be right there with the PS2.
I'm hoping for it. They need it. They needed it after the failure that was the Wii U.
Why do you think they're having so much success?
It's the flexibility of the console. They're tapping into that Wii market again. And it's not just the casuals. It's not casuals. This time they've done it with hardcore gamers. They've managed to capture a huge amount of attention for this thing not because of graphics. Like this current generation between Sony and Microsoft has all been power. It's all been talks of power ever since they came out. And now they're continuing to try to catch up with each other. Nintendo's doing the same old Nintendo thing. I think, honestly, they took it in the right direction. They said, hardcore gamers, they want to be able to play on the go. We see that because they're hardcore gamers who still buy our handhelds. But where we're messing up on the console side of things is that it's not powerful enough to really entice hardcore gamers to buy. But I think they've finally realized we bring these two markets together.
Yeah.
Hardcore gamers are going to say, okay, you know what? It's not as powerful as my PS4 Pro or my Xbox One X, but I can play Borderlands 2 on this.
I can take it anywhere.
And I can take it with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skyrim doesn't look as good as the definitive version.
Oh, but I can't wait.
But I can play it anywhere I want. And that's all it is.
I did not buy Skyrim, the definitive edition, on PS4 because I'm waiting on it on the Nintendo Switch.
And you're not even going to care how it looks.
No, I don't.
I'm sorry. It's just that point is not sold on me.
Yeah,
because you can if you buy a PlayStation Vita, PS Vita, you can do the exact same thing with your PlayStation. I mean, granted, you will need a.
You talking about the remote play?
Yeah, with remote play,
but. Man,
but you're actually playing PlayStation 4 games on your own own handheld.
Y'all know me. I'm a hardcore.
Still the same OG?
Yeah. Even though you see me in niche. Hardcore PlayStation fan. Like I had PlayStation 1, 2, 3, all that. PlayStation 4.
You got the PlayStation ankle tattoos too,
yes,
I saw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Double barrel. But But you know what? And what got me, like when remote play first was announced, I was so excited. But when it came out and they were talking about you had to have pretty much the best internet on both ends. You had to have the best internet at the house and wherever you were to play it. And then like PlayStation missed the big, like a lot of the functionality of the PS Vita, like with the triggers, like I was like, man, I'm gonna play some Destiny. But then when you talking about the touch triggers,
no,
you can't play a shooter with touch.
And the joysticks don't click.
Yeah, the joysticks don't click. So like you had to do something weird to run in with the Vita. So the Nintendo Switch is like a full experience on the go. Like it's not like, and I don't even have one yet. But like when we went to the E3 thing, the Sony E3 thing, and we were playing in line, and when we played it with Cody, I felt like, man, this is a full experience wherever I go. Then you include USB-C as the charger, which you can get that as a car charger. Like Nintendo didn't do any
yeah, that one property
special chargers, like proprietary. Yeah, so it's USB-C, and this is one of the things they did too. I think that they're so successful. They came out not only with Mario Kart, which they do probably with every system. That Zelda killed it. Like everybody talks about that Zelda, and I played probably 10 minutes, and I'm like, I want that. Like that's a gamer's game. That's not like a, casual, like, oh, we can play tennis. Like that's a hardcore gamer's game, I think.
But Xander, I'm a casual gamer.
You're
Mario
saying
Kart. I can't play that?
Play Mario Kart.
Wow.
Feel good about yourself when you get all the good items in that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know the big hype about the Wii when it first came out. I really wasn't excited. The Wii U, I kind of got excited, but when I started hearing about, because I thought that was the Nintendo Switch. Like I could take that gamepad anywhere. Like I think the Wii U was just a test unit that went public for the Nintendo Switch.
Proof of concept.
Yeah,
a
proof
giant
of concept.
beta test.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and I think they were like, well, we wanted to get to the Nintendo Switch, but you got the Wii U.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt? I mean, as a not so into Nintendo stuff anymore guy.
I think the idea of the Switch, everything you were just saying, the functionality and the portability of being able to take a home console on the go with you, of course, it's enticing. The one game that I really, really want to play, Mario Odyssey, of course, it's not out yet. It will be coming out later on this year, so I will certainly be wanting to get that. Other than that, there's so much more that I would like from Nintendo. Just like what we were talking about last week, how Nintendo's online service is just crap. I mean,
that is a downfall.
Yeah.
It's like, why do they keep doing that? Why don't they put out something that works? If they're smart enough to be this innovative with a system that you can take on the go, and they've obviously figured that out, why do you fall so short on something that should be so easy?
It seems like Nintendo always has that moment, like where they're set up to be the greatest of all time.
Right.
And they do something like this with the smartphone app that shuts off when you get a notification. Like, I
think Nintendo has had so much success because of their name and the way that they sell their consoles. They claim that they have a shortage, but I don't believe that they plan on selling that many consoles at launch. Because, of course, I never buy a console when it launches because, of course, you're going to have bugs. And then, especially with Nintendo, as we've seen over the past two consoles, they're not like jumping up and down to help you fix it. They'll blame it on you first.
What are you talking about? What do you mean with that?
Okay, when the Wii came out, you remember how people were talking about, what was it? Oh my goodness.
The DVD drive? They have problems with that?
No, it was something. I'm gonna have to go back and look it up. But there was something. I want to say it was with like the Joy-Cons not working correctly.
The Wii remotes?
No, I'm talking about
the
Switch.
You said the Wii.
Wii U.
Okay, yeah, the Switch has definitely had problems. But I mean, like, what do you mean by them not helping you fix it? Because they were great in my experience.
Well, when the Switch first came out, and of course there were those issues, Nintendo's first statement was not, we're gonna do everything that we can to find out what's going on. It was basically, well, we didn't really have these issues. We don't understand what you're talking about. The game works fine. Do this. We haven't been getting any issues with it, and that kind of really turned me off, because it reminded me a lot of, when Microsoft first announced the, Xbox One, and what really made me kind of change where I was going with that. And how Microsoft, what they say, they were talking about you had to have your Xbox One online consistently.
Oh yeah,
all day.
Yeah,
and Microsoft came out and said, or the CEO of my Xbox came out and said, "Oh well, if you don't want to do that, then we have a wonderful offline console available to you." An Xbox 360. And I was like, what kind of foolishness is that?
Yeah, that's why he's not there no more.
Yeah. And so I was like, when that happened with the Switch, that really like made me kind of standoffish and kind of watch back. And then just kind of going back in as we've been doing this show, seeing how Nintendo is putting out their releases. It's very smart business-wise, extremely smart. You raise the demand for your product by not releasing a lot of it so that it's always in demand and you have consistency and longevity. However, for the actual gamer, it's terrible, because if I had enough money to get me a Switch, I couldn't find one.
Yeah.
And the whole point of making a console is having people to play.
But you know what? It does make you, like, it's weird, but I think it's a strategy that they use, because when you do find it, you're gonna do all you can to buy it.
You will.
Like you like, if there were 30 Nintendo Switches at the Walmart up here, you'd be like, I'll get it, later on. I'll get it when something good comes out.
That's true.
But when you go in there and it's one and you haven't seen one for 4 weeks, you're like, I gotta get this. Yeah.
When it's been in the news that people are notoriously having a hard time finding it, it just raises your unconscious awareness of it.
So, what do you think they can do to stay successful? Like, what do they have to do to stay successful?
I mean,
because would you agree? I know you not on the Nintendo Switch wagon yet, but you would agree that it's a successful. launch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, actually, but before you answer that, the only reason I asked you about what you meant to clarify what you meant on the Switch and their support for their flaws, I don't know if you really followed it afterwards. That was an issue, and mine actually, after software update, my Joy-Cons were working working better. That was weird. Let me just describe this with as many adjectives as possible. No, I think they fixed it but it was always just the left Joy-Con.
Yeah.
But I did have a serious issue with my Switch. Within the first month I had it, it just crapped out. I had a error message on the screen. The kids put it on the dock and it wouldn't work anymore. I called Nintendo. They asked me a few questions about it, asked me for the error code. They emailed me a return label. It was overnighted back to their repair facility. Within 3 days, within 3 days, it arrived to them and they shipped it back to me overnight. I did lose my Zelda save with 115 hours on it, but they repaired it for free, and it was overnighted back to them and back to me once they fixed it. So they were pretty good about it.
Yeah, that is a good turnaround time.
But yeah, they did have a lot of issues with the launch. You are right. I mean, completely. I
can't think of a console after like the 64-bit era that didn't have a issue.
Like PlayStation 4 had one?
Not really. Nothing big.
The only thing that I can remember is just a little bit, just about 6 months to a year afterwards, they started having issues where
it did have something
the
on
thing
launch.
kept spitting the disc tray kept spitting the game out after so long.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember it was only a select few that they were overheating for a little while, and then like at the beginning, like
The ghost of the Xbox 360's
Yes.
past.
Oh my god.
because
Just overheating.
it was like memes everywhere because like Xbox 360 had all those problems with overheating. I don't know. It was like something that got missed on the assembly line, I guess. But it was like, I think it was reported like 3 or 4 of them. But like everybody it was bigger than what it was, because everybody, oh my goodness, they're overheating.
They were all people I gave my mixtape to.
Yeah.
They tried to play my mixtape
Straight
in their
flames.
PS4. And,
Oh my gosh, they knew you were
Just
gross, right?
melted.
oh, yeah. They knew.
To answer your initial question, how do I think they can stay successful? They would have to just keep doing what they're doing, but improve upon it. Not have these brain farts where you come out with a console, but you don't have online play set up.
Yeah.
Or you come out with this amazing new technology, but you have no basic launch games that's going to show off your new technology.
I would argue they
Zelda.
certainly fixed that this generation.
Yeah, Zelda looks fantastic.
Mario
don't
Kart
get me
looks
wrong.
pretty good too.
Yeah, and I certainly can't wait. And I think Mario Kart is not Mario Kart. I think Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, from what we saw.
it really beautifully changes and adds to the dimensions of Mario. Just in the little bit that I saw it from E3, how you can go jump into the little fortress, the little circular fortress in the desert world, and it automatically turns to like 2D Mario.
Yeah,
and
it
he's
looks awesome.
still wearing the same clothes. And that is just amazing to me, and how they're able to marriage that with the 3D world versus the 2D world all in the same picture. It's nothing short of amazing. But that kind of innovation is what I expect from Nintendo from day one, and like seamless play. Like I guess I expect Nintendo to be exactly like Apple is. Because Apple comes out with a product, you have little to no bugs, things just work seamlessly. That's what I expect from Apple. That's what everyone expects from Apple, and that's what I seemingly expect from Nintendo.
Yeah, they're not going to be the powerhouse, but it's going to be refined.
Yeah, that's a good parallel for sure. Nintendo is kind of the Apple of home console gaming.
Yeah,
I agree. You just put the game in, you play. That's what I got to say. I mean, I'm happy with most of the choices they've made with the Switch so far. I think that them and their partnership with DNA behind their mobile tech, I think they're going to continue to improve the app. I don't think we're going to have the limitations that we have right now when 2018 rolls around. So I'm just hoping they continue to grow behind the scenes and make these little features, implement a better voice chat option for everybody, give us options for Bluetooth headsets, give us options to voice chat straight from the Switch. Why can't we do that?
Yeah, just like the DS.
Right.
The DS had
you can do it on a DS. You can do it on a Switch.
Yes.
You even have a headphone port there with a mic support.
And that's the kind of stuff that really
Blows your mind. Yeah.
It's like
there's no reason for it.
you have Bluetooth capabilities. Why is it not enabled? Why?
I mean, it might be a software
I think it's
patch,
coming.
but I think for them to stay successful, like I agree with both of y'all. It has to be a steady progression.
Yeah.
But I was really thinking about this. First, give us some apps. I know that, I don't know, like give us Netflix and Hulu and like put that on it's a portable device. It should be able to run that. So I think that's an easy fix. I 100% agree with y'all about like the Bluetooth headphones. Like, let's get some Bluetooth headphones and let's be able to chat through the game. I think they need to double down on that because these are some issues that if they correct, they can blow it out of the water.
Oh yeah.
Like people are still buying this despite the online issue with communication. And let me tell you, when Nintendo fixes that communication problem, you're going to get so many great games because this atmosphere for gamers is built on online interaction.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a lot of couch co-op now. Like, I play with people overseas. Like, when we play Destiny, like, we can play with people in New York, California, you know, we all come together. And it's a great, like, community where I feel like I know them because every Friday we're going to jump on a raid together. Like, Nintendo with that, like, I mean, that would be awesome.
You just reminded me of when we were back on playing on 360, when you got Battlefield 3 and you were playing around with that guy in the helicopter.
Oh yeah,
you were running the gambit, and
oh
like,
my goodness,
we all came in and we were just running the tables with him. You know, that kind of
I felt like that was my brother,
right?
Like we were really killing it.
Nintendo, that's what we want out of the gate.
I will, and
I want a super social online Animal Crossing from you. I want Mario Kart where you're in a lobby, you can talk to people.
Right.
You know,
man,
don't shield. Look, if you've already given us the Parental Controls app with the Switch, we have the ability now to choose if, like, just put a switch in there. Switch. Put a switch in that app where if we don't want our kids' profile to be able to access online voice communications, we can block it from the app and it's locked down.
Yeah.
You've given us the controls, just let us make the decisions. We don't need you to make the decisions for us.
Yeah. I think all those are great points, man.
Yep.
Bow. So what would they have to do to fall off? Like, what other mistake do you think Nintendo notoriously does in the past that they would try to bring and then that would cause them to just backslide?
Come out with a beta console like they did with the Wii U.
Do you think it's too early to say that it's not?
That it's not another Wii U?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if Nintendo can really do anything wrong because there's such a backing for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Just like I was saying, how they're just like Apple. Apple can come out with the same phone 3 years in a row, and they're still going to have people lining up to buy their product.
And even to just hear about their announcements.
Right.
Yeah.
Just the interest is there.
Yeah, with the iPhone 8 coming out, so much buzz. Like,
if Nintendo tried to reinvent Nintendo, that could possibly fail. But other than that, if they keep doing what they have been doing, then there's no reason or way that they can fail.
I think one way they can fall off, like, they came out strong. We haven't seen these games yet in action or got to play them yet, but we saw it a little bit. Remember the Nintendo trailer announcement when they had the people playing 2K and FIFA and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like, they got to come out with these, like, AAA games. Like, and then, like, do something not as a gimmick, but something special to the Nintendo Switch. Like, to where, like, don't do any more gimmicks. Like, the people that are playing Nintendo Switch, we're gamers. Like, that community is big. And I can still jump on it with my son and play Mario Kart.
Right.
Just don't give me any gimmick. They came close to 1-2 Switch. Like, I think that, how many mini games they had on that?
1-2 garbage.
Yes. Yeah, it was probably like 5 games that were decent on there. But I think
you're
know.
Being generous.
Yeah. But don't do these gimmicks. Don't do the gimmicks. Like, you are in a power position. Like, Xbox and PlayStation are in the boardroom right now trying to figure out what to do.
They are.
Yeah, and well, to your point, I ask you this question: do you think if Nintendo tried to do something with virtual reality, knowing what we already know about the console, would that be something that you think Nintendo could pull off, especially with how the Joy-Cons are able to communicate with the actual console itself?
It's going to have to be, I don't know, there'll be a technological feat.
It's not
because PlayStation, the regular PlayStation, really can't run. They had to come out with the PlayStation Pro to really run the virtual reality at a smooth level, so you won't be throwing up in your living room.
Right. The biggest, from what I understand about VR and high end VR on PC, when they get it right, and it still usually looks like PS3 level graphics.
Yeah.
When they get it right, it's because you have a super powerful computer that can handle your whatever device you're gaming on. If you want it to look good and not have that and not have the screen door effect.
Yeah.
Where you're seeing the edges of the pixels. Because these lenses, they zoom in on the display. You need to have 2K resolution and up.
Yeah.
Switch as a screen, as a mobile device, has a 720p.
720p.
So if you're going to have a terrible screen door effect, it's not going to be that immersive. Battery life's going to be terrible. But if they can find a way to make you still enjoy it with the screen door effect or get around it, which I can't imagine how they can.
They tried to do it a little bit with the 3DS with the AR.
Yeah, and that was cool, but even then you had really low resolution screens.
Yeah.
When you're trying to be immersed in a VR environment, that screen door effect takes you right out. So I don't really know how they could do it to high effect.
In this goes back to the gimmick part I was talking about. Like, Nintendo needs to stay in their lane. They need to, like, man, let me tell you, Metro Prime 4, when that comes out, and if it's solid, you're talking about another 4.7 million in three months or less. Like, when Pokemon, legit Pokemon game RPG comes out,
no, it's gonna
is
83% adoption rate.
And I don't know if Nintendo, somebody pass this to Nintendo, please. If you're out there and you know somebody, do not give me a top-down game of Pokemon RPG on Nintendo Switch. Please do not give me a 3DS version of Pokemon. That's just my little rant. Like, I want I
hope you just get Pokemon Snap HD.
Oh my God.
I hope that's what you get.
I dream about having a Pokemon game like Zelda. Like the Breath of a Wild, like being able to see the Pokemon, like interact.
That'll be awesome.
Oh my goodness.
That point that you just made, that actually is the answer to the next question that we have. Is Nintendo setting themselves up for the Switch to be the best console? I think it's possible, but in order for that to happen, like you said, those staple games, I believe there's 5 different staples that they have to have. They have to have Zelda, they have to have Mario, have to have Pokemon, have to have Metroid, and you have to have some sort of Donkey Kong game.
Kirby.
Hold up.
Oh yeah, and Kirby.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And also to add to you were on it. There was one more that
Star
I thought
Fox.
of when you said that.
Yeah.
Give me a real Star Fox.
Smash.
Smash. Yeah.
Okay. You have to have those 8 staple games in order to even be in the conversation for best Nintendo console ever. They've started really
killed it with Zelda.
And if everything points to what the gameplay looks like for Odyssey, then you have another basically 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
Right there. But they have to keep this up. They would, like you said, they would have to have a brand new RPG for Pokemon. The new Metroid would have to be some sort of shooter staple for Metroid.
Yoshi is another staple.
Yeah, man, I've loved the last few Yoshi games they made. And Paper Mario.
Yeah, Paper Mario.
Here's the thing, talking about even going back to the last aspect of this, what would they have to do to fall off? Matt, I agree with you. I don't think there's really anything in this situation they can do other than not delivering their bar of quality for their series. Because you know what, a couple generations of them having terrible third-party relationships with other developers, it's actually kind of worked out for them for the Switch for this generation, because they're not expected to have third-party support like the Xbox One and the PS4 are. They're not expected for that. So the people who are now buying the Switch, a lot of the reason why they're doing it, if it's not the first party, I'm a Nintendo fan, I'm going to buy everything they come out with. If it's not one of those guys, it's the guys who say, I really wish the Vita would have done better.
Yeah.
It's those people who still are clamoring for a powerful handheld. Those are the two the two groups of people that are
and I think
right now.
Like, I know I keep coming back to it, but like, it was so genius to start off with Zelda.
Yeah.
Because that showed me a lot. Like, from all the reviews, it's no hand holding. It's like open world. Like they showed me, okay, they're thinking about not only the nostalgia, but they're innovating.
Yeah.
Like, and to still have that Zelda feel, like it's not Zelda. What was it? Hyrule, like some
not Hyrule
gimmick.
Warriors. Yeah,
it's not a gimmick. You know, so
they're completely reinventing the series.
I believe. So what about this? I thought about this too when we were thinking about this subject. When you talk about the third party games, right? Let's throw some of them out. Battlefield, Call of Duty, stuff like that.
Yep.
What if a developer worked with I'm about to say Mario, worked with Nintendo to come up with that like game that shooter that just like a new IP for the Nintendo Switch that will give you that Call of Duty mature level. Do you think they would ever do a game like that? Like,
so it's interesting you say that actually because there was a developer. I can't remember the developer, but I know it's published by Sega. But they made a game called The Conduit. It was a Wii exclusive, and it was a first-person shooter. It was aiming to give you like a Halo experience on your Wii, and it handled motion controls really, really well. There was online support. There was voice chat. They were trying to plug that void for the Wii, and I think they did well, but I'm not sure the sales on that. But I mean, that's the kind of thing we could expect from the Switch. Exactly what you're talking about. If we had a AAA developer step in and say, we're really going to commit to this thing and fill a void that's on the system and give us something with good voice chat options. Give us like,
I think that would be a tipping point, man.
It could be big.
I think they better do it now because, like I said earlier, Xbox and Sony are in the boardroom right now. Like they won't make the mistake again with the Vita.
No.
Sony is not going to make that mistake again.
It was
like when they come out next time, they're going to be like guns blazing.
It was developed by War Drum Studios.
Thank you.
So it says they were linked to IGN. So I don't know if they were working at War Drum and High Voltage Software is who developed it.
High Voltage, that's it. Yeah, it was a cool game. I liked it.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. If they had their own specific IP first person shooter that was geared for, the 30, 20s and 30s up, kind of gamer, that would certainly bring me there because then I would feel that Nintendo was striving to bring back that gamer. That's a reason most people like don't even play. If I do play Nintendo, it's only for nostalgia.
I was just thinking about this. Garden Warfare, right? Like the plant game.
Yeah.
That would be awesome to see the Mario characters and something like that.
Awesome.
Fun, but still first-person shooter competitive.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
That would be.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
That'd be amazing.
Like with some like unique weapons. So I thought that Mario plus Rabbids
would be like that.
It was going to be like that.
That would be so cool, man.
But it turned out to be like a turn-based type thing.
They should just go ahead and make Mario Paintball. Give us a first person Mario Nintendo throwdown like Smash Brothers, but first person shooter.
That would be awesome.
Do you any of y'all remember when Super Smash Brothers first came out for 64?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the commercial?
Yeah.
It was sung to the characters were frolicking through a flower garden to the song.
Then they start fighting and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
And they took something that they took a platform that was huge at that point in time, which was fighters. You had Tekken, you had Street Fighter, you had all these other different fighting games, and they put their own spin on that. Granted, it wasn't like bloody like some of the other games, or it wasn't that physical, but it was cartoony kind of based. You could still let your kids play it. If they took something kind of that kind of approach to a first person shooter, they would kill.
Yeah.
And they would bring back a lot more people.
Yeah. That's what Nintendo always does, is that they make a somewhat simplified version of a genre, but they add such technical attention to detail.
Yeah. Like,
and depth just in the physics and in the game mechanics themselves that they make it interesting. That's where it gets interesting for adults because there's a little bit of depth in there. And
like
it's
Mario
not just,
Kart.
Yeah.
Like you can be a fan of Gran Turismo, which I am. Like it's super like authentic and just simulation style.
Right.
But I still love playing Mario Kart. Like they just bring their own unique flair to it. Like I feel like I might be too like anxious for it, but I feel like they're gonna do something like this. What we're talking about. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. And that would just be the bee's knees, in my opinion.
They've even got franchises that they could shoehorn that into like they do sometimes. I mean, they could make a Metroid first person shooter multiplayer online
make
game.
a Smash Brothers first person shooter.
Oh,
something
God.
like that. Oh, that would be with all
sounds
the
crazy.
characters, man.
Yeah.
You get to and then have their own like little supers. That would be awesome.
that
I
could
just
be
thought
fantastic.
about Link with the Master Sword, like doing something crazy, or a Pokemon like Pikachu's in Smash. So like doing like a Thunderbolt or something like that. That would
So
be.
we're not talking about a Destiny competitor. We're talking an Overwatch competitor.
Yeah.
That'd be huge.
Oh
for them,
my
man.
goodness. Yes.
Yep.
I would.
see that.
That would be a midnight release for me.
That'd be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Do it.
Yes. Do it, Nintendo.
Make it happen.
Awesome sauce. Well, folks, if you've been listening, we appreciate that. And
A lot.
And we have come to that part of the show where, unfortunately, it's time for us to go. But
Say it ain't so.
there's great news because you can find us on iTunes and Google Play. Subscribe and leave a review. Also, you can find us on YouTube at DLC Guys. Subscribe and turn on your notifications, and we'll be uploading gameplay videos, and we'll be having those come out soon. And you can also find us at any social media at DLC Space Guys. That's DLC Space Guys. Or you can email us.
Not the outer space.
Not the outer space.
We're not space guys, all right?
No, we're not space guys.
Or you can email us at dlcguys@gmail.com. Once again, thank you for listening, and we appreciate your time.
We love you.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me.
I'm Mr. B6. Look at me. You should find us on social media.
Look at me.
Look at me. We done?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Stop it.
Are we?
Stop.
Are we?
Stop it.
Are we?
Stop.
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 Stop it.
Are we?
Stop it.
Are we?
Stop.